to hear. Thank you, all of you, for joining us this evening. We're so blessed to have so many wonderful employees. And tonight is really a night for all the staff. It's Benitas' 30th anniversary, but it was a way for us to show our appreciation not only to her, but to each and every one of you who helped to make the experience for our patients, both in the clinic and in the surgery center, somewhat unique and very special. When we treat so many people, it's sometimes easy to forget how the experience is so scary and so unique for the patient themselves, but our center seems to somehow not allow the patient to realize that. And when you guys take care of them in surgery, what we keep hearing afterwards, the next day when we get to have the benefit of seeing the first day post-ops, is how amazing the team is upstairs and what a great experience they had and how unique and different it was. And of course I realized that it wouldn't be possible without all of you, but of course we all realized that it wouldn't be possible without Benita.
That's the first time you said that too.
Well, actually anything would be possible. It was about, every organization has moments, specific pages in each of its chapters that stand out, and every personal relationship is no different. It was about maybe 12 years ago that Benita and I had a heart-to-heart talk. It was a lunch we had back on Broadway, back there, in the little garden area they had where we would all go in the back, exactly. And she was meeting with me to tell me that she was going to resign and take a position with somebody else. And I realize now she was just working me for a raise. I know. And I asked her not to leave. It was a time that was a unique experience for me, and it was a difficult time in the history of the organization. We had done a partnership with a management company that wasn't doing very well by us or our employees, so a number of people were leaving. And I specifically did not want her to leave. And so we had the lunch, and I said to her, you just can't leave. This organization is a lot about you, and you just can't leave. It's not an option. And she said, and she was very, even more hot-blooded back then. She would yell at me in public even more often. And she said, well, I gotta go because I want to go and I want to run my own organization. I want to become a CEO just like Julia, whatever her name is that we forgot. Forget that. Bad. And so, well, she took me by surprise. What am I supposed to say? I didn't know what to say. So I did what guys do when they don't know what to say. I lied. I said, if you stay, I will help you to learn how to run an organization. And fortunately, she stayed long enough that the lie came to pass as the truth. And so now she gets to run her own organization. And Diana has something for you.
And she's good at it.
And she's good at it. Like I said,
You're not going to tell me to shut up, are you? Be quiet.
I've never said shut up.
Be quiet.
Be quiet. I said, notice this thing started to wrap around. And this is clearly the hottest spot in the room. I assure you. And this is a wool jacket. I rarely ever see wear it.
Now that she's the CEO, are you her employee?
He keeps trying to remind me.
Harvey, you and I have been employees from day one.
No, I just have to say I'm so grateful that I have such a good boss. And Dr. Sinsky left, right?
Yes.
Which is like
That was the good boss.
no, You're going to hear this once. But he was a great boss. Dr. Still, I'm so grateful to have been working with you this long. And if it wasn't for him, I don't think I would have grown to the person I am today. And if I can tell you anything, thank you. Because he pushes me. He pushes me to the next level. And the reason I've lasted 30 years is because of that pushing to the next level. Even if you do call me on the baseball field at 7 a.m. in the morning, and you still have me working at 11 o'clock, it's what makes the world go round. I'm so glad that I have the opportunity to have worked with you. We have a great boss. He works harder than the rest of us. Dr. Sinsky, who's not here right now, was one of the most famous ophthalmologists. I'm so grateful that Harvey Gutman and Jerry Pierce, who I started with many years ago. You guys have made me the person I am today, and the reason why I do what I do. And the most important thing is that you enjoy your job every day, and you give back. Sinsky has a clinic in Ethiopia. I know, Carrie, that you have your own ASIL site fund. There's never a time that we don't turn somebody back because they don't have the ability to pay. And that makes it all worthwhile. And talk about like being a team. If you remember yesterday, remember the patient from yesterday? We had a communication problem. Do we now have a communication problem?
Did he speak Farsi?
Small one.
Small one. So it so happened we didn't have the lenses for this patient. Poor patient who was like blind, right, without glasses. Things were going wrong from the beginning, from yesterday until, well, actually the day before, and yesterday too. And even that the thing is, like, even yesterday I was like, oh, I'm not sure we should take this patient to surgery and everything. But through all of it, what happened? Do you remember what happened at the end of the case?
I'm sure you're going to tell me.
The thing
This is one of those quizzes you don't know the answer to.
The thing that I remembered is that at the end of a traumatic 2 days with this poor patient, she was sat up in the operating room and she started to cry. She had never seen. And she's like, do you think if I cry it's going to hurt my eyes? And she had been such a high myopic patient that she had not seen at all without glasses. And even though there were times when I thought like maybe we shouldn't have done this patient or that, we looked at each other when it was all like going, we're like, okay, we're going to do this. And when she got up, she like hugged us and she was crying. And I don't know about you, I don't get tired of that after 30 years. So
That's why we're all here.
that's really why we're all here.
Now they're going to... Speaking of my boss, you guys know that I designed this myself, obviously. It has my personality all over it. I want to thank Diana for organizing this and many other special events. And Miles, you look so nice tonight.
I'm dressed up a Benitas.
You look like you lost weight.
I went.
I'm ruining this beautiful card because I can't open it right. Here we go. We'll glue it back together. So the good news for Diana is that in another 14 years she'll also qualify to have an evening just like this. By then I might not be able to remember her name or my own. I used that already once tonight. This is to Benita Tapia. It's a certificate that's awarded to her in recognition of 30 years of service and commitment to excellence. It entitles her and a guest that I'm hoping will be me to a luxury, all-inclusive trip. I have a feeling it won't be me. To the Caribbean. We were gonna send her to Africa for a safari, but I was afraid she would decide that she didn't want to come back.
And I promised Miles I will not take Diana with me. He already told me that if we ever took a cruise together, that he would not pick us up. If we missed the boat, we probably would miss the boat.
You missed the boat on the way back.
Presentation was made on the Costa.
Oh. So let's have a round of applause for Benita. And I look forward to having our 6th year awards dinner. Thank you. Have fun.